I remember a pivotal moment in my life going through transitions, and transitions are some of the hardest things you can ever experience in life. And I remember my transition going from high school to college, and I was so hopeful. I was playing ball. I knew I was pretty decent. I had a couple of colleges that I had an opportunity to go work out at and possibly get scholarships. So I was excited. I went through a hard time. I worked really hard, and I really got to that place where I was very, very hopeful. And so I had two agendas. One, get into college, get your college paid for. Number two, go to medical school. So I had a plan. And then my senior year, coming out of high school, a weekend before I can go work out with some of the teams and get one of them an amazing offer, I destroyed everything, like everything in my ankle, my Achilles. I went up, uh, landed wrong, and everything. When my ankle and Achilles, everything shattered, so did my hope. To be honest with you, I was mad at God. I was angry. I was confused. I didn't know what to do because everything I'd planned to do, everything I put my hope in, just wasn't working. And I remember, as hard as it was to go to church, I continued talking to God. And I remembered, like in my particular church I was attending at the time, God was starting to do some amazing things. He was starting to use me in a dynamic way. And I couldn't let go of that. I'd seen how God was using me in the church. I'd seen how I would share my testimony with anybody. I wanted everybody to know about Jesus and get saved. So finally, I go to Biola. I'm on a tour, and I'm literally hopeless. Nothing's going the way I wanted to. And I finally go on this tour at Biola. I get to Biola, I'm on the tour guides leading us all around the campus. Then we finally go to the dorms. She says, hey, I'm gonna take you to the dormitory. This is one of the dorms that we have, one of the newest ones. Now, a couple things. Right outside that dorm was a full court, glass backboards, y'all. So now in my mind, I'm saying, okay. So we walk through the courts, we get to the other side. We now walking into the lobby of this dorm. Now, I am literally hopeless, trusting God, asking for answers, seeking his direction, seeking his guidance, and I'm hopeless. We get into this dorm, and the name of this dorm is called Hope. And as I'm standing there, these two ladies walk by, and one of them looks at me and gives me a stare like this. And I say to myself, well, what is she looking at? This lady comes back with tears in her eyes, and I'm thinking she's gonna apologize to me for looking at me crazy. She comes to me and she says, I'm so sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. But God told me to tell you, he's going to use you. This is going to be the foundation of your ministry. He's going to use you to bless thousands of lives around the world. I froze. Here's the man who was hopeless, standing in a dorm called Hope. And God is literally answering my prayers, my worries, all the things that I'm going through in this moment of my life. The tour guide says, hey, I've been doing this for a very long time. This has never happened. Do you want to continue the tour, or or do you just want an application? I said, sign me up. And the rest is history. I got my biblical and theological degree at Biola. I got my master's degree at Biola. I got a doctorate degree at Biola. And I'm standing here because of God's faithfulness. Sometimes we put our hope in other things. We put our hope, as the culture does, in the things we want, the things we want to do, the things that we think we deserve. But God said, I want to use you to be a different type of surgeon. You can still help people, but you can help the most important part of the human existence. That's the soul. Souls need to be saved to know Jesus. So while some doctors are in medical rooms doing surgery, and I'm grateful for that, my job is to do surgery with the word of God, that someone may hear the gospel of Jesus Christ proclaimed, and by that they'll be saved. So my life went from hopeless to hopeful. Why? Because I, like Abraham, had to trust God to lead me to a land I didn't know. I had to trust God to lead me somewhere that was unknown. And you may be watching right now. You may say to yourself, what's going on? How do I navigate my life? I can tell you for real that if you trust God, allow him to guide you, even in the midst of your hopelessness, he will take you to places that you've never seen before, and your hopelessness will turn to hope. And let me just help you. It doesn't mean it won't come with opposition. It doesn't mean it won't come with pain or suffering, but it means in the midst of that, God will empower us, strengthen us over every obstacle and opposition as you walk into the hopeful future that God has for you. So where is my hope? My hope is in God. My hope is in Jesus, because God never leaves us nor forsakes us. So do me a favor. In the midst of your hopelessness, do like I did. Trust God, and let's see where he leads you.